Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Shelley. I was muted. I turned it off yesterday. Am I good now? That's a classic Rob Find Treasure move there. I guess it's really hard to tell. You don't know if I'm talking or not since I don't show anything but my table. Good deal. So these were those. I don't know if you were in here yesterday, but we found two proof coins from 61 and 60 last night or yesterday morning. Really pretty coins, two nickels that were during that nickel hunt, and then the 37 Buffalo. So let me get my album and do these nickels right quick. Get them out of the way. So I've got everything together to mail for a few people tomorrow or this weekend or this week. I'm going to try to. Yeah, thank you, Shelley. Yeah, those were found the one, and it was so unexpected because it's not typical proof coins. They are they're not an S mint, they're Philly mint. So I didn't know if they could be plated, but the more we looked at them, I think the more we decided that they were proof coins, and that was a cool find.
Okay, I changed it.
Just gonna run through these right quick. 46. What was the mint on that? I'm gonna run through these and make sure I don't have an open spot. They're not in that great condition. Still 42.
Sure, I changed it down in the JBM arguments.
Philly. I have all those. Oh, Shelley, my wife, my hearing has been awful for years. Matter of fact, when I was in high school, they brought in somebody to help me learn to read lips to help me better understand, and in class they were concerned my comprehension was suffering.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't know if it was that or yes, you hear my wife in the background. She's gaming this morning. I think she's on. What are you playing, Allison?
Minecraft right now.
She's on Minecraft today.
Vanilla.
Shelley said hi.
Oh, I said hello. How you feeling, Jay? No better?
Like a little bit more energy, but my throat's still killing me.
Yeah, mine was just hereditary, I guess, and then I worked in manufacturing environments my whole life, so that's not conducive to saving your hearing. Okay, I didn't find anything through those nickels that I needed, so let's get on with the mail call. So the first package is going to be 35 proofs coin that I was able to pick up. coffee there. And I got these from Ike's Girl on Everyday Opportunities auction last weekend. I think it was the Saturday. Hey, Patrick Johnson. And I just like proof coins, and I like proof sets some because it gives me a proof coin, but I of course don't want to break the set. And so what I really like is when we find these in you know, in our coin hunts, because they come across I don't know, just that it's a find, and I just like to find those proofs. So here's Ike's Girl's sticker.
For bullets.
If you run across her on the web, she pops in and out. She's in Rob's stream. Rob finds treasure a lot. So you'll see her there definitely on Wednesdays and Fridays. But super nice lady, and I was able to buy these proofs from her. So let's see. She's got them taped up good. Let's see what they look like. And I'm going to use these as I'm trying to do a complete Kennedy half album. So I'm going to try to fill all 3 spots with the S mints too. So I hope to use these to fill several spots as I go put that album together. And I'm still working on starting it, but that's the plan with the proofs. And I've got a small little album that I have all my proof that I've found so far. And I will probably at some point just add those in, but these are the ones I've found in different coin hunts and stuff. So I've got a nice little selection going, but proofs are just so pretty. I mean, the contrast from the on the coins. I mean, look at that 89 right there. It's a stunner. Hey, Michael Fallis. How are you today? That was a good time on Paul's stream last night. I think he did a yeoman job in pulling that off, having to search all that by himself. Okay, I'm gonna have to go wash my hands or something after I get these started. So the first coin on the top there is an 88 proof. Oh yeah, those are nice. I tell you what, you would think with these, I've got these in for my pennies, and I think a lot of people use these. I mean, they're cheap, but you would think they would have made them just a touch bigger than the coin so that the stinking coin don't jam in there. I'm gonna mute this mic just for a minute so that I may be blowing y'all. Okay, I just wasn't sure how that thumping on the desk was coming across. Well, Patrick, we'll miss you. I hope you're just in business or just maybe away from the internet and not able to get on. But I tell you, I may start doing that Saturday morning fairly often if I can come up with things to do. I'm going to try to get a penny box from my bank. I'm hoping they won't give. I don't think they'll sell me a box flat out, but I've got a box that I've put together from the. Good morning, Michael. Raining in Nevada. That got to be a good thing. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands to get this sticky tape residue off my hands, and I will be right back. So, what cool coins have you guys come across the past week? I think the 2 walkers that I got last night from Pa, I think those were going to fill 2 spots in my Walker album too. I hate to ask for certain dates for those type things, unless maybe I can do it in advance so he already knows, or whoever I'm searching with knows. But occasionally I can pick up, as long as it's not like a key date or a better date, I can pick up a couple for my album through those hunts. Alright, let me see. I'm going to put a pair of gloves on. I hate searching coins with gloves, but this is not like I'm searching clad coins hoping to find a proof. I've got a pile of proofs here. Yes, Michael, these are the proof that I bought, and I'm just going to go through and see what dates we've got, kind of organize them in that way, and then I'll move over to the 2 I've got from Jim Cantor, and then I'm going to start working on the Walker album.
Oh no.
Okay, so this is a 92. I don't know, it's hard to, it's got good features. Let's see how far my camera. It's a 78. 71. That one a little tarnished. You can still tell it's a proof though. It's a 73.
Is that coming from them?
74 and a 78. So that's 2 78s.
Okay, I'd be opening a ticket.
Yeah, I've got one of the John Wick coins. That was one that I really wanted. I would love to have it in gold. If I could ever afford to buy an ounce of gold, I think I would get a gold John Wick. That would be cool. So that's a 93. Another 93. That one's not quite as nice. And another 93. So that's 3 93s. It's a 79.
Okay.
And this looks like pirate loot or something, the way these are laid out. They're so shiny. I love me some proofs. And I found a proof last night on Paw Stream, I think. So that's a 91. another 91, 90, another 91. So in case you guys haven't figured out, I've got a few proofs. If somebody needs one to fill a spot or something like that, shoot me an email. And I could probably find you one. It'd be tough. Oh, that was damaged really bad. Well, I've got 278 here, J Ram. It's 85s. So I guess she had these stacked in order by years. And I've got two 87 proof, the NIFCs, so I doubt we'll find any of those in here. It's the 96. '86 is a little tarnished. You can still, even when the real mirror finish backing. Oh, I was wrong. There's an 87. So that's kind of hard to find. NIFC 1987 there, 1987 proof. This is 2008. So should I put that in my NIFC album? Or, well, I think I'm going to do the Kennedys up to the 2002 year when the NIFC started. So that's a moot point. Yeah, I found both of the clad, 2020. Look at there. That's nice. 2020. So this is a pretty good range of dates. I was kind of afraid that they were all going to be piled in there together, because I didn't really have an idea for the date range. But this is a really nicely spread out date range too. So this is going to fill a lot of areas as I start that album. That 2020 is a stunner. Only thing about, especially if these were all found during circulation or however, that 89's been toasted a little bit. Is that the mirror finish kind of gets beat up with them having been through a coin sorter, and they were in coin tubes, Shelly. They were in coin tubes, all one on top of the other. So I've got one from 92, three 93s, 378s, a 74, a 71, 73, 4 from 88, and there I've probably come up, yeah, that one's in pretty good shape there. The others got some scratches on the mirror finish. So it's 1990, and 89, and 79, 2020, 1990, 96, 80, had one NIFC. I need to look at that one too. This other one I've got over here doubled on the In God We Trust. I don't know. I'm going to send that one to Wexler to try and get some clarification on it. See if I can get a. And that one's not doubled on the mint. It's hard to get a good clear picture with this, with these proof, because they're so shiny. So 80, 391s, 290, 1990, 2008s, 81, 89, 386s, an 84, and then a 2020. So that's a pretty good range of dates. We came up, I think I'm at 75 now. I would like to get to 100 and then go from there. But I may try to get to where I can stream Saturday mornings like I did this week, and make that a time for me to be on every week. Give y'all some stability. If you place in the mornings, you can drop in. Oh wow, 5cc Morgans. That's nice. I had a guy from work ask me the same thing, J-Ram. I haven't got to lay hands on the coins, and I don't think they're coins he's going to want to get rid of, but he didn't know what they were. He says that it was coins that he found in a chain purse of some type from his mom. He said, I'm not sure what they call, but they're big round, the big round dollars. And I said, what do they have a man's image on the front? No, got a woman on the back, on the front, that with, you know, flowing hair. And I said, well, those are some nice coins. I said, depending on the condition, but and he showed me to them, and they were regular circulation type, you know, kind of like in the same shape as this. So, but I told if you ever wanted to get rid of them, let me know, but they weren't anything. He had, of course, seen where, you know, an example sold for $220,000 or something like that, or $85,000. So he was seeing crazy numbers in his head. But I did take a minute to try to show him some stuff, and I didn't give him, I let him borrow my small red book so that he could go home and find the stuff. And Shelly, I have not learned how to do the link thing yet. Good morning, Kevin. How are you? I hope you are doing well this morning. I'm going through some proof that I had gotten from Ike's girl from Everyday Opportunity a couple weeks ago. So I'm fixing to set those aside and use these in my album fill that I'm doing for Kennedy, for a Kennedy album that I want to put together. And then I'm going to start filling my book with switching over to the new album that I got yesterday from Stephanie. I sent her a message on Discord to let her know that I was coming on, because I had told her yesterday. What time's your auction today, Kevin? Shelly, can you find Coin Cruise? YouTube also. I mean, Shelly, and can you post it, please, for me? Keith and Angel do a awesome auction. They do a really good job with coin hunts and auctions, and just have a fun time with it. And so if you get a chance today, check their auction out. Keith, what time is your auction today? Shelly, it's Coin Crew. Hey, Copper Owl. Thank you, Shelly. I appreciate that. And then if you could get Copper Owl's link and put it up to me also. Copper Owl, maybe you could help me, or Coin Crew, Kevin, Keith, you too. How do you set up the links so that you can do exclamation point, whatever triggers the link? I need to figure that out one day. Okay, so my next mail call is going to be Jim Cantor, and I'm not positive which of these is which. This should be the quarters, so let's open that first, and then we will fill my coin tube here. Shelly's having to do it the hard way. This might not be the best time for me to try to learn to do. No, I'm not, and I was concerned that Streamlabs, that was what you had to use. I'm using OBS. Yeah, that would be tough to do. J-Ram doing a live stream on Pores. So this is from Jim Cantor, and he, I had found a $50 '64 Kennedy in a hunt, and he said he was one way from filling a tube, and so I told, well, it was with Copper Owl, matter of fact, and I asked Copper Owl if he would send it to Jim, and he said yeah, and so Jim ended up wanting to kind of trade it out, so I sent him the half, or Copper Owl did it for me, and then Jim sent me 2 quarters. So this is going to fill my first tube of silver quarters, and it's mixed, and it might actually put me a little over, but I've got a few SLQs in there. Hey Stephanie, I made it. I was late, but I did sleep a little later. I stayed up way too much yesterday, and then slept in today. So there's my quarters. Got a 63 and a 42. And let's see where I'm at on filling this. I'm going to set aside the Standing Liberty quarters as I go through these and see where I stand on just having the Washington quarters. You're good. I haven't been on but 20 minutes or so, maybe 30. I'm going to try to make a couple of hours out of it. I've got to work today, so I will go do that this afternoon, and I should be home by the time you start up, Copper Owl, I hope. Unless sometime I have to stay longer, but this should be a 2 to 6 type thing today. That's a pretty 62 quarter. I saw that. So have you sold any rolls yet, Copper Owl? Oh, that one almost looked. I was gonna send you a. Okay. I will send you some here shortly. See you later, Coin Crew. I appreciate you dropping in, Key. Yep, and I'm going to do that for sure. That's my birthday week. Okay, so it looks like I'm 1/4 away from having 4 cubes. I could go into my miscellaneous here. I've got a silver proof quarter in here, but I'm not gonna stick that in with a tube of old quarters. So 1/4 away from a full tube on the quarters now. It seemed like, I don't know, it seemed like I had another one coming from somewhere. So 1/4 away. And all this LQs are on top now. Oh no! Well, I didn't add my new quarters. Big dummy. No, I was on for a little bit, Copper Owl. I was on for a little bit, and then just as I was at work, so we ended up filling the tube, but not with Washington. So I'm one heavy now on my silver quarter. So I do have a full tube plus one. I don't know how much of that live stream you got to watch last night, Copper Owl. I mean, yeah, yesterday morning rather, when I started. But we found a 48S semi-key date in that hunt yesterday. There was some good coins in that nickel bar, especially that last one. Okay, and my last envelope I have from Jim is two 1917 Walker I traded him some coins for, and they should fill 2 spots in my yeah, I think that 50D is the one that I'm missing in the 50s too. So I'm really not sure what the condition is on these. My hope on these older dates really is just to fill a spot in my album in such a way that I've just got a good clear date. So I do that on that. So that's a 1917. Should be a Philadelphia. I don't see a mint mark. So 1917P. And a 1917D. So got good dates on both of those, and I will put those in the album as I start going through it. That's right, Stephanie, my favorite. No, Shelly, if you would just keep rotating those links for, if there's any channels that you know that you go to that those are the only ones. Rob Finds Treasure, of course, I have no problem putting him. Southern Metal, you got him.
Right.
Bassman, slide Bassman in there, if you could.
Okay, you said if it says PFS standard, we can use it.
Okay, so let's start first by emptying the 2 small albums, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change one of these over to Benji's, and I'm going to change the other one over to my my Kennedy collection. I'm going to start my try to do a full set of Proof Man. There you go, Muscle Chill. I like them proofs. And I'm going to change, like I said, one of these over to a Benji. I'm going to start a Benji collection for one. And I'm going to start a... one thing about these albums I've noticed, some of them, they have this little tab at the bottom where it allows you to slide the 2x2 out. And mint marks are on the back on these. I know there's years that they're on both sides. But some of these pages are in front ways where that little access tab's at the bottom, and some of these, some pages are backwards. And I don't know if it's intentional or the way that put together they have to come out that way, but I think that Saturday morning, since I work days, 2 weeks and nights 2 weeks, Saturday morning is generally a time when I could be on pretty consistently to do hunt a box or whatever I've got available, or just work on things here and give people a place that they can just come in and hang out and talk coins or whatever the current topic is, as long as we can talk about it reasonably. That's a pile of walkers. So I'll have I guess Baseman will be back on tomorrow night. Another channel, Shelly, that's nice is I like T-Wolf. I've hunted with him, and Pa does a great job with his packages and incentive things that he does for donators. But T-Wolf does an awesome job too. He doesn't give constitutional coinage as much. You can get things from him along that line, but he does a lot of proof sets. I have gotten some really nice silver proof, the 14 coin silver proof sets from him, and some of those can be quite expensive. You didn't miss it, Stephanie. Hey, High Pockets. But T-Wolf is he does a good job with his stream too, but he really puts some thought into the coinage. So that's one of the BUs that I have. So 44D, really nice. I think that one may have been polished. Nope, not polished. That's that. We didn't realize the shine on that. Somebody carried that one for a while. So everybody just, Copper Owl will have a hunt tonight. He's got 50 rolls available right now. His hunt is $3 a roll, and it's not really a no frills type of hunt. He separates the common DDO coins, 71, 73, 72, 74, and 77, and then he goes back and looks at those again after the stream. Sometimes he will do a late night stream with that, but he does go back and check for errors. Bye, Copper Owl. Enjoy church. And I have gotten several DDO coins from him where he has gone back and found them after the fact, but he will be on tonight at 7 if anybody's interested. If you haven't bought coins before for a cert, that's a good place he's a good channel to get them, and he's a little bit cheaper for the rolls, but he does a good job with it. Okay, so here we go. We'll just start at the beginning. I'm going to take out this and separate the sleeves and go ahead and put those in the album, whether we have coins in there or not, to situate those as we go. This will be fun. So our first coin going in is going to be a 1918D. The way I get these out of these flips is I just pierce the edge of the plastic without touching the coin, and the way these flips, the plastic is made in these flips, they'll just pop right out at that point. So if you ever get some you're trying to get out of a flip that's stapled together and or stuck together or whatever, you don't have to worry about getting all that apart. Just take something and pierce the edge of the plastic and the coin will pop right out. Trying to get my coffee in while it's still hot. Alright, so I'm assuming that these are going to be front and back. I'm going to leave the front off on that because I know I've got two 17s to put in there. Matter of fact, I can do one right now. I'll go through and find the other one too. Yes, Shelly. Muscle Shell, let me make you a mod. Are you okay with that? If you are, I have no problem with you being able to promote what you do, to promote all the channels you promote. Okay, so let's do the backing on this one first. There we go. And then we can put the 2017 in there. This is a P, and this is a D. The D is a D on the reverse. So this is a 2017. And let's see if I can find that other 2017 while I'm there, and I will be able to go ahead and finish that date. Okay, and this is going to be a 2017 D on reverse. Uh-oh. What did I do? I lost my string.
Hey everybody, it is Matt with Copper Owl Coins. It is time for another Copper Owl Coins stream. We're going to be doing it at
Sorry about that. Am I back now? Somehow or another I knocked myself off live. Let me know if everything's back. The Darth Stacker is trying to get to 1,000, Shelly. I believe he's just short of 1,000. I haven't checked his stream out, so yeah. We want to try to get everybody some airtime. So what do I have in the teens after that? Oops, so I've got the this is an 18. It's not a really good clear date, but it is can plainly tell that it's an 18. We'll have to check for the mint mark.
looking at the extra one.
Shelly, Stephanie, thank you again for the album. I still can't believe you did that. Let's look at this one under the scope. It's got a mint mark, I believe, maybe. Let's see if we can figure out what it is. Okay, that's going to be a D. 1918 D. So that will go in right there. And I think that's all I've got for that year. My next coins are going to be in the 20s. So we can go ahead and put the clear on the other side. Yes, it is muzzle shell. This is a gift from Stephanie that I got in yesterday. Super, super nice. Okay, so 20s is where I'm lacking. I've got some, there's a 20S and a 20P. Oh, I had a 19P, so let's go back and slide this one in. Let's get this 19 in. And I was fixing to start going back through and putting one staple in these flips. I kind of like the sticky flips, but Paul's right. The people that don't like them are right. They don't center a coin very well. So that's the only downside for the sticky ones. Let's see if we can figure out that's going to be a D also, I think. Oh, no, that's an S. Okay, it's a 1919 S. Cool. So that's 4 out of that page that we were able to do. Excuse me. Now, we'll get 2 in the 20s, a P and an S. Let's get the most all the channels too are in keeping with what most of the channels that we stay on, but there are some out there that you will see some language and things in, so just and they're wanting to cater to that, to an adult crowd, which is fine. But some of the channels that you can go to, there will be some harsher language than we're really used to seeing on these channels that we frequent so much. So, alright, that's going to be a 1920p. So we'll slide that one in right there. And a 1920s. Now the D, 1920D, is a, if I'm not mistaken, is a key date, and the 1920D, yeah, only 1,551 minute, and I think an MS65 or MS66 example graded PCGS sold for over $200,000. But it's possible to find them with dates kind of like on what some of these I've got. Like you can barely see the 20 on that one, but we know it's a 20, and it did have a mint mark on the back. So I'm fine with album upgrade for those, and it gives you an opportunity to look down the road and try to make improvement. Okay, let's see. I've got 34 we'll make. I think that will be the 2 on this page. As we go deeper, I'm going to have a lot more of the dates. Let's make sure I've got none before 34. And most of my others are going to be in the 40s. So I was going through some Ikes, and I had this one mixed in, and this S, it's silver, 40%, so I'm glad I went through those. I've got a stack of Ikes. I guess I'm going to carry them back to the bank. They're not good quality. They're just some that I picked up. So it's a 38, 35. I think most of these others are going to be. Yeah, so I won't have anything before 34. So we'll get these in there. It's a 34P. And a 34S. Got a little toning on it. Pretty. Alright, we'll put the separator back in. I have to mind, I'm not a big cusser, but I have to mind myself sometimes when I'm surprised at something or almost drop something or something that caused me to speak suddenly. Try to make sure I keep it respectable. Okay, so I've already covered both sides of that. Okay, so now we're in the 30s. I'm going to have a lot of these. I think that 34 is another key date year. The 1919, the 2000, the 1920D, and I think 38D. Wow, 38D only 491,000 minute. I bet that thing sells for a pretty. 21 and 21D only 200,000. We'll look at the mintage on these as we get to the back of the album, but some of those numbers are unreal. Yeah, J-Ram, good people. And while since we've got him on here, so this would be an example of some of the pours that he does. This is a pirate coin that he did. It's out of copper. And then I have a copper cube that he did. And then I have a brass. He sent a brass, and it's pretty. And the colorations on it. So this is the copper. It's a little darker toned. And then this is the brass one. Pretty cool, J-Ram. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to get those. And he does bars. He did some aluminum copper. Is that right, J-Ram? That you showed me on, that you sent me on the email. All right, let's get the backing. So I've got one of them. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other one put in. And copper's turning into being a really collectible. I mean, I guess maybe some people have always collected it, but they make some really nice things with the copper. That's a copper bar, a 1 ounce copper bar. And then I have a few of the coins. This is from Pa. That's the Indian. And then the Pa's Cabin coins that are really pretty in copper. And then I've got one of the big 5 ouncers, I think. This is a 5 ouncer in copper. They're really pretty. Yep, 5 ounce. Crescent City silver. But they're doing some really nice coinage with copper that look really nice, really pretty, that I like. Yeah, aluminum bronze. Wow, Stephanie. Alright, so let's put the 35D in. Let me make sure the mint mark on that. Yep, 35D. 35D. Got it. There's 37. We'll be able to use that. There's 38. There's another 35. 35P. So we'll get 2 spots filled for that. That's got some pretty detail in it. I like that coin.
Okay, remind me of something on this, because I want to use a bow.
There's a 38 P.
I don't remember what I had to do for that. It's probably changed anyway. Should I be a full L as opposed to half L?
If you guys hear my wife in the background, she plays a lot of computer games, but she also likes to play role-playing games, RPGs.
We're rolling characters right now
Yeah.
in Pathfinder Society.
Yeah, they're playing a game called, it's a Pathfinder Society,
RPG.
kind of like Dungeons and Dragons in how it's played, but they have quests to go on and things to do. Alright, I may have put those in the wrong slot. Let's see. Yep, that's the P there. And that should be the S. Nobody would catch that but me, but I like things to be where they should be. And then a 37P. And then I think that's going to get us to the 40s. Nope, there's a 36. Nice. So all three 36 years. There's a 37. So that's going to be all three of the 37 and a 39. So cool. We'll be able to get a lot of this page done. Okay. Yeah, J. Round, thank you for your service. Stephanie Allison was telling me about your dad. Y'all had talked yesterday, I guess it was. There's the 36P. 36D. So this is a 36 is a pretty low mintage at only 4 million minute. 36D. 36S. Oh, album looking pretty good there. One thing I'm going to have to find, J. Round and Stephanie, we have some silver coins from Pearl Harbor that were commemorative. We went, probably 15 years ago or so, and it was on one of the anniversaries of Pearl Harbor, and we met one of the survivors from that attack that was there signing autographs. We got some silver commemorative coins from there. As I go through and do things in the house, I'm looking. I've got to find Allison's ASEs, and she wants me to bring those out and make sure they're well protected, and so I'm going to try to do some of that. So we got all the years of the 37. This is a 37D, so it's a pretty coin. Look at the tonnage on that. It's got some good detail. Got some of the stars on the flag still there. That's a pretty coin. And I like, like I said, I've got a BU 44D, and that's pretty. But I tell you what, these older coins, it's got a little wear, a little dirt around them, got some tonnage on them. They're so beautiful. Yeah, they were amazing people. Lived during an amazing time and made sacrifices that I really don't think we have any way to understand it in this day and age. So that's another good, really clean. It's a 39D. I mean, think of the pockets that these things could have. And that's what I think about when I find a nickel or something from the 40s or an older, like that 1938 that we found. The tale that it could tell. I have a story to tell too. Yeah, I will, Stephanie. I will help. I will get those together. But my dad and I, when I was coming up, my dad was a huge rabbit hunter. And he raised beagles as long as I can remember. And he helped found a division here in the South that that was able to put on field trials for rabbit dogs, and so that was something that we did together. We hunted together and went to field trials together to run dogs. I got to be a certified judge, as was he, and we were able to judge together, and that's just some really good memories that I have of time with my dad. And he's still with me. I think he'll be 78 this year, but he's losing his sight and having some health issues that sometimes go along with that older age. But anyway, my dad was a talented writer. You know, not novels and books, but just from his experience of raising the dogs and bringing them up to be in the field trials and our breed of dog for the field trials was a specific cat, and they were gun dogs, meaning that they couldn't be afraid of gunfire. As a matter of fact, it's part of the championship pack for every trial we went to. We actually fired a round over the dogs, and if the dog was spooked off the scent of the rabbit, then that disqualified them. So, you know, the dogs had to be really good on the trail, and they had to be not afraid of guns. So that would be a mark against them in judging a trial. But anyway, he had an old pair of boots that he wore through all those years that finally just became so bad off that he couldn't wear them anymore. And he sat down and wrote a poem about them. And I don't have it to read it, but my stepmom took that poem, and the boots were made by Browning, and she sent a copy of that to the Browning Company, and they loved it so much that that they sent him a brand new pair of boots to replace the ones that he wore out. But his poem kind of went on about the trails that they had been down and the things that they had done. And one of the really key lines in it was that it's a shame for something to have a tongue that big and can't talk or tell those stories, you know, because the hunting boots had a large tongue that you pulled up when you put the boots on that protected your foot under the laces. And so he said it's just a shame for something to have a tongue that big and can't talk. But that was kind of cool. He's got that on the wall in his trophy room. But they sent him a brand new free pair of boots for having wrote that poem, and he was so excited about that. But he wrote articles for Hounds and Hunting magazine, and as a matter of fact, he was nominated into the AKC Hall of Fame for the Beagle dog breed, and that's not a distinction that you get just by your accomplishment. You have to be voted in for that, and so he had a good name for himself through the years with the rabbit dogs and things. Me and Allison was going on a little weekend trip over to Mississippi, and we had taken some back roads to get where we wanted to go, and I have always had a relationship with my dad, but over the years gotten to where we didn't see each other as much, and as we were turning on one of those old back roads, I saw a little sign that said field trial and had an arrow that pointed this way, and it just brought back the memories to me that were just a flood of all of a sudden. And the time in the dark roads and looking for those little signs that I spent with him all those years. So when I got back home, I wrote him a letter to those facts and how much that time meant to me, and went and put it under the windshield wiper on his truck one morning before he got up, and he's got that on the wall in his trophy room too. Okay, so we're in the 40s now. Let's see. I had 139 on the previous page. All of these should be the 40s for this page. Okay, I've got the backing put in, so we can just start sliding those in. 42p, that's a pretty coin. Some good features and detail to it.
Yup. I remember that.
42p.
Do you remember Jacob Chipmike? You remember Jacob choosing a class that could use a bastard sword just so he could say bastard? That just reminded me of that.
My wife and them are setting up their characters for this role-playing game, and you have to choose attributes and things for your character.
He was about
And
12.
my son, when he was younger and playing it in his first times, I said, I don't cuss. I've never cussed around my kids, especially, when they were in their developmental stages.
12.
He was 12. Yes, Stephanie, they do. They're a little difficult just to get over because it's not an even curve. It's a straight up and then flips over. So I like how that does it. It gives plenty of room between the pages here, and it keeps everything kind of neatly laying down flat, which is good. And so I think this is going to be one of those that's going to age very well. But anyway, Jacob chose a class in the character that he was building that carried a bastard sword, just so he could say bastard.
He's choosing it again today. Oh my gosh.
He thought that was a super bad word.
He is so funny.
But that's something that my wife and him have done. Actually, I started him out on it, playing these games, and it has turned into something that my wife loves to do, and
We've done it
and
for
she's
11
done
years
it with
now,
him
but
for
I've
the last 10, 11 years, I guess.
And he's 23 and still wants to play with his mom.
Yeah, that's a point too. My wife said he's 23 and still wants to play these games with his mom, so he loves his mama, loves his daddy too, and his sister.
He's a good boy.
Now that's another pretty coin. It's got some really pretty coin tonnage to
Oh,
it.
are you putting your walkers in your album?
43, yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Oh, and look at that side. I
Nice.
don't know if with these black gloves if it's picking it up very well. That's very pretty. 43p. $42D. That is turning out really nice, Stephanie. Take a look. J-Ram, I was just starting to read that. Sorry about that. I got a little behind in the chat. $41D. It's another pretty worn coin. Pretty, I mean, and beautiful. I'm sorry if I'm missing part of the missing the chat. I kind of got bound up in my own story and sliding these coins in. as soon as I find that Pearl Harbor stuff, I'll share it on one of my live streams. Let's see, 1940S. 40p. And a 41p. I will. They signed some pictures and things for us. So, I mean, I guess I can't remember the name of. I think there were 3 gentlemen there that were present during the attack. So I think that's going to complete the 39 through 43s that I have. And we will be down to the last few for the 40s. So this was a Balboa that I found yesterday as I was cleaning my desk that I put in a flip. Those are cool coins to find. It's clad, but it's a 2008 Balboa that was found on a hunt one night. Okay, so let's change the page to the next book page of 40s. That's cool, J-Ram. I've done not for older veterans so much, but because you can't always tell, but I have sat at restaurants in the morning and seen couple of guard soldiers eating breakfast or whatever, and I will pull the waitress aside and pay for their meal kind of anonymously. That's just a cool thing to do. Cool thing to do. Alright, so start with that. Oh, I gotta put the backings in. Hey, Spicy Fox. Well, good. This small area of, I don't know how many channels you've gotten to visit, but you're welcome here anytime. Kind of a low-key thing. And what I'm doing today, earlier I went through some proof that I had, and Stephanie, who you'll see in the chat, gifted me this album for my walkers, my Walking Liberty coins, and so I'm transferring them from flips and putting it in the album, and I will go back through it a minute and see how we did on filling the album and where we're at. Maybe we'll look at some of the mintage numbers in the back that make some of these coins so hard to find and so special. This is 44p. Oh, I didn't put the backing on yet. But a lot of good people to watch and learn from. Shelly is posting some of the links if you're interested in visiting some of the other channels. Crew will be on today. They will have a live auction. Copper Owl Coins will be on tonight with a $50 hunt for 1 box, and I believe right now he still has 50 rolls available, and he sells rolls for $3 a roll. So, and you get to keep what you find in the rolls. Rob Finds Treasure, Pa's Spare Time is a really good coin channel that most of us spend time in, that you will see on in this chat. And just welcome. And if you've got any questions, I'm not as knowledgeable as a lot of people that you will find in and out of these these chat boards, but I will be more than happy to help if I can with any questions you might have. Shelly is posting the link, Spicy Fox, for any for these other channels, so please try and visit some of those if you would like. They have a lot of content. They have a lot of coins. So most of the channels are doing auctions nowadays. So if there's certain years or certain varieties of coins you're trying to, Copper Owl is kind of like this channel, Stephanie. It's low key hunt that just you can get in there and just talk about things in general, and he's trying to grow the channel all he can. So this is a BU walker, brilliant uncirculated is what BU stands for. If you're interested in to know some of these terms as we might say things offhandedly because we know what it means, but when you hear the term BU applied to a coin, that means brilliant uncirculated Spicy Fox. So that's one of my better Walking Liberty coins. It's going to be a 44D. And like I said before, though, I kind of like some of these that have a little bit of toning and dirt around them. That I think it enhances the look, to be honest. I mean, so look at this coin. This is a 46p, and it's got all the detail, but she's not shining like that other one was. But it's hard not to think that's not a pretty coin. Just got that tonage of the years on it, and there's just nothing wrong with that. So if you have any questions, Spicy Fox, just kind of post them in the chat. And you'll like Copper Owl, Stephanie. He's still trying to get his channel going. I think he's over 250 subscribers now. But he does the coin hunts, and but I think he sells for $3 a roll, and you can buy 1 roll or 5 rolls or whatever you like. At 10 rolls, you get a what they call a bag pull, so that you can get generally a constitutional coin, usually silver, but he does have war nickels and buffalo nickels and that type of stuff that he gives away with each donation level. Once you get above 10 rows, for every 10 rows you get a bag pull. So so 45, I didn't look, let's see, 45p. Some of them are, Stephanie. Like I said, I just need a good clear date. That's my most, for me, the feature that I care the most about. But I like these good old colors, just color in the coins and wear and tear from the years. To me, it just makes them that much more pretty. That's a 44S. And then the last coin will be a 45D. Oh, I'm so sorry to see that. Hear that, Spicy Fox? Yeah, that happens a lot. I've got an album here that my grandmother put together. Thankfully, we've got it. It's just coins that she put back for the grandkids, and my uncle, after she passed, he made each grandkid an album and give it to them. And those are special things. When your grandparents or your mom and dad do that for you through the years, it really makes a connection. They lived in New Mexico, so I did not get to see them, often like you would normally associate seeing a grandparent, because they lived so far away. So having that album is cool. Alright, so that's going to complete the walkers that I have for the album. Okay. So I've got walkers all the way through the 40s. So 46 P's, the last date for the 40s. But I've got all the 44s, all the 45s, and then I've got this whole page except for the 39D and 39S, and I believe those are some of the really rare mintage coin. Yeah, the 38, yeah, that's still 4 million, 2 million, and 6 million. So let's see, the 39S is only a 2,552,000. Oh crap. Sorry, I thought I'd knocked myself off. I lost my screen for a minute. I've got my mouse trackpad over here to the right, and sometimes I bump it and it clears all my screen. But those 39 years in the later years are some really low mintage coins. So I've got the 40S, which is only a 4,500,000. So 39, 39S, 39D and S. 38D, one of the really rare coins. 35S. Okay, J-Round. And then as we get back into the 20s, I've got several places to fill. So that's part of the good thing about coin collecting. It's a journey, and going through and finding the coins and getting them put in is part of the fun. But Stephanie, thank you again for the album, and for those of you that might have just came in, this was an album that Stephanie gifted to me. Really nice lady, and I appreciate it, and I'm glad to have met her, and thank you so much for giving me this and allowing me to put my humble collection in. They look really good. Well, my grandmother had our coin that she had put together in a coffee can in her hope chest. She had an old cedar chest at the foot of their bed, and she had a note that she kept on top of the coins in there that said, "For the grandkid, do not touch." And we talk about if we could go back in time, and if I could go back in time, I spent summers in New Mexico with them, and she worked at a laundromat, and you can imagine the coinage that came through that laundromat. I would give anything to be able to go back with the knowledge I know now and the thirst for finding these coins, to have sat through at that laundromat all day long. It was hot. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that. I mean, it was New Mexico, summertime, no air conditioning, just fans blowing air through that washateria, that laundromat. And, but just, and I think a lot of the coin that she got, if you'll give me a minute, I'll get that album. I've got it here on the shelf. And that's another one I just thought about, Stephanie. That's that I need to transfer to another album, to get it off. I don't know what these pages are made out of in this album from my grandmother. But thank you again, Stephanie, for this. I'm really looking forward to putting some more spots in. And let's see, one of those was a 36 that I got last night, and one was a 34. So I think the 34, as long as it wasn't well, it's gotta be a P or a S. I don't know. Everything was low minted that year. So if I get a D, if that's a 34D, then that will fill a spot there. So that would be cool. We'll see when I get that from Paul Spare Time. Wow, Spicy Fox. I know you regret having lost a chance to look through and enjoy those coins. So this is the album that my uncle put together, and I really do need to get these coins out of here. As a matter of fact, I may pull these out. And this was the note that my grandmother left in the album, in the can, for the grandkids only, from Papa Jack and Mama Ring with love. And then my uncle took the coins and put them in these flips, but I need to get them out of this album because I'm not sure what these pages are made, and they're not super valuable coins, and that's not the point. I don't care. They're from my grandmother, and that makes them valuable to me. So it's got a 1922 peace dollar, 72D, I think, Eisenhower, a bicentennial Eisenhower, and a 74 and a 72, a couple of the Susan B. Anthony, and she liked $2 bills, so I haven't really looked at that one good, but I need to get it out of there and unfolded. 40% Kennedy, 67, that's a 90% quarter, some silver dimes, Buffalo nickels, and Jefferson nickels, and then a lot of wheat pennies and that type of stuff through the rest of the album. But it's not about the coin values, it's just the fact that she had those put together and had that note on there for the, well, certain of them are Spicy Fox. There's a high relief coin, 1922, for the dollar coins that is what make those so rare and valuable. So this is not one of those, but I think, the 1922 high relief peace dollars can sell for $85,000 in the upper grades. So this starts the peace years. So 1922 high relief. There's no auctions available for that. But one of these air coins have some great value. $200,000 for the only known example. They had an auction in 2014 that one of those coins sold for $329,000. I can imagine, J-Ram. So those coins are out there, and certainly, yeah, they're 2x2, Stephanie, I believe. But I need to get them out of that album and get them into one that I know that the pages in the album are not PVC. Let me look back through my walkers right quick to make sure I put all of these pieces of plastic protector in there. I've got some left over and they may just be spares. Yep, I'm missing one there. Yeah, it's a shame, Spicy Fox, that somebody would take those and not allow them to be shared rightfully, however that would have worked out for you. Just to be enjoyed from having been your grandfather's. Okay. So that finished all the protectors in the album. I thought I missed a couple. So good deal. That's shaping up really nice. These albums that I'm using, these smaller albums, Stephanie, are from Whitman, and I feel pretty good about the pages in those. And that's cool, Spicy Fox. But at least you got to enjoy them with him. I'm sorry that they've disappeared on you. I'm going to stay on to 11:30 and then get off. Try to take care of a few things before I go to work. So we'll stay on for 20 more minutes. And I'm going to, oh, these were the DDOs. I didn't want to do that one yet. Put these back for right now. We're just going to kind of work on my Kennedy clad album for a minute to finish up our time together today. But I think I am going to start trying to do, yeah, I think it will be all right in one of these small Whitman albums. And I like these small albums. So this one here, not so much, but I'm going to get my coins out of these old cheap albums and move them to Whitman. The Whitmans aren't but $8 a piece, but they're archival quality. So I feel good with having the coins in those. And I had just kind of started this collection for my Kennedy $50. So I've got a lot of work to do to start flipping coins and getting those coins together for these. Still, but I've got a pretty good stack of coins that every now and then I'll get a box, and at Paul's spare time, if you're a subscriber, and if he has the inventory, he will allow you to buy a box of halves from him. So if you can't get $50 in your area, you can contact him. And yeah, me too, J Ram. Good to meet you on here, and please come back anytime. I'm going to try to do this on Saturday mornings pretty regular. I'm not sure about the other times, but at least on Saturday mornings, maybe really early, and then all morning long. If I've got enough things to do to keep people interested in being here, then we'll do it. Some of those pennies can be, you got to make sure you know what you're looking at there. So I'm going to convert one of my albums that I used for the walkers that I just finished working on, and I'm going to make it into a Kennedy album. So you can start that off with these. And a lot of these channels, Spicy Fox, and I don't know, I may do a giveaway at some point to try to get my subscribers to 100. I think we were at 75 last time I looked. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not trying to make this to be any more than just a meeting place, low key area that we can talk coins and do some stuff. And like Muzzle Seal said, just a place to hang out with friends. And if it turns into anything else, it turns into anything else. But that's my plan going forward right now. Is
You
just
got those ASEs, you could give one I have.
yeah. That's something I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find, and I don't know. I may try to do that some before I leave for work. But I need to find those anyway. But as soon as I find my wife's ASE collection, we'll use that for a stream. Nice mussel shell. I'd like to get it to 100. 100's a nice round number for me. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there's only one mintage. Is there a P&D for each of the 40% Kennedys? Because if I'm not mistaken, let me look on the $50. I let a guy borrow my small red book, so I'm having to pull this monstrosity out to look at things. So for 64, there is a 64 proof coin. And a 64p. So I have those two. And then 65 has a P and a D. So I've got the P for 65. I need to go back through my 40%ers and see if I've added anything. Like P and D for 65. I didn't know there was a DDO for the 66 FS50. $1966. Looks like a P only. 67 is only 1 mint, so I can move that over. I'm not in any rush. Do you have a channel, Spicy Fox? If you will share that link with one of my mods, they can promote your channel. What's your channel name? Or am I looking at it?
That's insane. This is another Bob.
Yeah, I don't have a logo.
Smarter.
You're looking at it at muzzle shell. I just got a picture of a walker that I'm using for some of the intro stuff, but I don't have a sticker or none of that stuff yet. Like I said, I don't know where to go with all this. I'm just kind of taking it day to day. So there is a proof coin in 68. And 68D is the only regular mint. And then 69D, and there is a proof coin in 69. And I've got some proof sets, but I'm not going to break a proof set just to get the coin out of it. So, unless they're found in the wild, I may never find these like that. Shelly, if you can try to find Spicy Fox channel, you can provide the link for it, please. So the 65, 66, and 67 had no mint mark. Okay, so they're all fillies. And then the 68 got, that's a D, and the 69's a D. So those 2 years, Benji, I'm sorry I didn't see you come in. Do they have a P and D for 68 and 69? There you go. Thank you, Muscle Shell. So Spicy Fox has 51 subscribers. So if you wouldn't mind checking that link out, and if it's a channel you think you can enjoy, then look like do some gaming and things. That's cool. So I'll give you a sub there, Spicy Fox.
Who, what, gaming?
It's a young person that's gotten on my channel, 12 years old, and their channel called the Spicy Fox.
Alright.
And they do some gaming on there. My wife loves the game. She does Minecraft and 7 Days to Die and some board RPG games, like kind of like Dungeons and Dragons. So this is what I'm going to start working on next. I'm going to start filling this out. I've got stacks of coins over here to make that work. So I'm going to go through and start working on that over the next few days. So I get things flipped up. Maybe something I'll work on next weekend. I hope to have during the week trying to find my wife's collection of ASEs.
What's his picture, Mike?
A
A box or an S?
a dog. Got like a dog on the picture. And it's the Spicy Fox.
Oh, the. Okay.
It has 53 subscribers.
Alright.
So my wife's gonna subscribe to you. Okay. Well, good. I can look for the S-men on those then.
Yeah, I did.
My wife just subscribed to your channel, Spicy Fox. She doesn't. My son played World of Warcraft.
Not anymore.
Uh-oh.
No.
My son used to play World of Warcraft, but he does online gaming. I'm not sure where he's at in that right now, but we have a server for Minecraft. If you would like to play on a server.
We don't. Nate does. A friend does. But
Well, we have a friend that has a server that
he said,
would probably be okay with you joining if you would like a place to play Minecraft that has some people that are known. My wife and her friends are good, reliable people, of course. So I can work on getting you the information for that. Maybe send an email to me if you would like. My email's in the about section of my channel. You can shoot me an email if you'd like to join that.
we do have a 7 days to die.
Right. The Minecraft server, and then we have a 7 days to die server that my wife runs where she plays that game. So that's going forward. Sometime between now and next weekend, I'm going to try to get the ASEs that we have together and see what years we have on that. Hey, Wolf Riviera, how are you today? And then I'll kind of start working on this album to get it fleshed out with the coins that I have, and so I can see what I've still got to put together. As those that watched my earlier portion of this, I got a bunch of proof coins in, so I'm going to use those to help fill this album too. And I don't know, just something to do generally on a Saturday morning, but something I took a couple of hours today to do, and I've got to work this afternoon and need to try to take care of a few things before I go to work. And I just wanted to kind of open the channel live today and give everybody a chance to stop in. If you haven't seen the earlier portion, please go back and watch. Drop me a like. If you haven't subscribed and like what you see, would please take a chance and give me a subscription. I'd like to try to get this thing up to 100 at least and see where we can go from there. But I mainly want to keep it low key, just a place to hang out, look at some coins. Yesterday we did a nickel hunt, found a couple of really nice proof coins, a 61 and a 60. You don't find, especially these earlier year proof coins very often, and those are in really good condition to be 60 years old, so those were cool finds. Also found a 37 Buffalo and a 1948 S key date, semi-key date yesterday. So that's what this channel will be about, just a low-key place to enjoy some coin chat. Look for me regularly on Saturday mornings. I will be on super early and then through the morning, or on up in the morning, just depending on how my day and what shift I'm on. If I'm on night shift, then I will be on really early, and if I'm on day shift that week, then I will get on when I get up and get my day started. But appreciate you, Muscle Shell, for coming in and helping with the shout out for the other channels that are trying to get their membership up. I think Darth Silversmith was a channel that Muzzle Shell had put up a little bit ago. He's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and is almost there. So please look at his channel if you would. Pile Spare Time, Southern Metal, Baseman64, T-Wolf. T-Wolf will be on tonight. Copper Owl, he will be on tonight about 7. Both of those are coin hunt channels. So feel free to jump into some of those. Well, thank you, Stephanie. Here, I see a lot of people that have sticker boards and things behind them, but I don't know if I'll ever be to where I want to have a full cam thing going. I like the anonymity of just showing my desk and the things I'm doing. So yeah, Darth Stacker, that's right. Sorry about that, Muzzle Shell. That's the channel. He's trying to get to 1,000. He's getting really close, so please feel free to drop him a like and a sub. But I appreciate y'all joining me here on Sunday mornings, and I'll send you an email, Muzzle Shell. I will. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Shelly. Appreciate you, Stephanie. Again, thank you so much for the album. Thank you for all my moderators. Shelly, you're doing a good job getting the links up today. If you see people in blue with a wrench and you have a link you'd like to promote, they can help get it on the channel for some exposure. And I'm fixing to sign off, get ready to go to work here in an hour or two. And I will see you guys on the next time that I get a chance to stream. During the week, I'm just going to try to do some videos and things, but I hope to be back on next Saturday morning. And if you've got time, drop in. We'll see you then. Y'all have a good Sunday. See you around the channels. Bye.